Hello, 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 lovely YouTube peoples. It is that time. Pick a pile time. Almost had an embarrassing moment because I walked off and left the cards unattended, and the cat stole this crystal. I was like, how am I going to start the video and do the pick a pile and be like, I'm sorry, this one's just gone. I found it under the table. She had done probably one of the cat things, and it was under the table. So we have found it. It's great. But this is the thumbnail, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I'm assuming many of you have already stopped, goose fraba centered yourselves in to pick what pile y'all want to be for you today. Let's get ready to talk to Jesus. Oh shit, don't let me spell it because that zipper's actually unzipped. Close call, close call. Also, my phone is orange. Yes, you are seeing that. Thai tea is a hell of a drug. It's a hell of a drug. Fuck your couch like this. I can't stop, man. I can't stop. It is. I'm pretty sure actually like a biochemical addiction at this point. It's okay. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me, ho. So let's go ahead and start trying to get serious. I'm trying to be. I was trying to be more serious, but I don't know if that'll ever work because like professionalism just evades me. But let's just do. We're gonna start pile number 1. So let me scoot these other little piles to the side. We'll keep them kind of within view of the camera though. So fine, fine. There they are, awaiting. Put this in my vagina crystal bag. I hate all my roommates. Just in case it was ambiguous. I hate them all. Okay, let's start. Pile number 1, people. First of all, our reading is starting with the Queen of Wands in reverse, crowning the reading. Second tier is Ace of Wands in reverse, the World upright. Third tier, we have the Six of Swords in reverse, Nine of Swords upright, Seven of Swords upright. I don't generally get clarifiers for this, but I always get curious when he comes up. And then our 2 romance angel cards. The first one is free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And then the second one is let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. All right. Honestly, pile 1, what in the Miss Cleo is going on here? What in the Beverly Housewives is going on here in your reading? I got to say, it's a mood. Okay, pile 1, let's get into it. So, starting out, Queen of Wands in reverse. I don't know if you are a fire sign. She is typically a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. So I see that here. We have somebody who is like the fire sign energy. Excuse my computer if you heard that. Java update. Fuck your updates. So sorry, pile 1. Everybody, everything in the world. But that's the only person that's coming through. So I'm really only seeing one distinct person or player in this. So I am assuming the Queen of Wands is your energy. This Queen of Wands reverse. I'm assuming that this is your energy. But this individual is coming across in this reading fairly bent out of shape. Okay, so you've got this perhaps female individual who's like, listen, that side is you. Listen, we got somebody that's full of anxiety, having trouble sleeping at night. I mean, just literally, this is the insomnia card, but there's just anxiety and worry and like this tumultuous heart energy all through here, okay? It's this feeling of like, and headaches, by the way, don't know, it's kind of random, but are you experiencing lots of headaches? If you are, that's something that I would say very noteworthy for you. Very noteworthy if recently you have been plagued with lots of headaches and you're like, where are these coming from? Or perhaps that's not normally you, but just putting that out there. But this is like feeling like that fire within you. It's like somebody just threw a bunch of water on that shit, put it out, and it's like fizzle, fizzle out. So it's like you're feeling really knocked off your rocker, off kilter. Like the spirit within you feels kind of like, I don't want to say dead. Dead might be a little dramatic, but it's like your spirit's been injured here. It really is. It's been diminished. And I'm seeing that very clearly. This whole middle line is about like worries and anxieties and hardship. And on either side of it, moving down, these are difficult cards. So, like tier 2, for example, this is the second card of the wind being taken out of your sails, essentially. Like that spirit, that inspiration, that zest, that aliveness. You just don't have access to those feelings right now. It's like that's just not part of your experience right now. It just kind of feels blah. It just feels uninspired and weighted, just like, damn. And I don't know if this had to do with like a relationship that went sour, but it's possible that it did. And we'll get into that in a second. But this can be kind of that energy of like that masculine energy or that like forward moving, like, hey, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna text you, I'm gonna be in your DMs. Like it's like that kind of energy is like not coming in anymore. It's just not coming towards you anymore. So it's not happening. Over here on this side of the tier, the world in the upright signifies an ending or a completion. And ending is kind of the feeling that I'm feeling here because, again, I said this could be perhaps relationship wise because we have here somebody who is up to some shady stuff. There was an end that had to be put in place. We're not having all these interruptions. Please stop. Please stop. There was an end that had to be put in place, perhaps because of some kind of shady, deceptive type energy that's coming in. Also over here, this forward moving, perhaps masculine energy is not coming in anymore, and it's feeling like a moving on is being called for, an ending, a moving on, a completion is being called for, but there's still the mental sense of like mentally you're just not unplugged from it yet. It's like whatever this is that you're moving on from, or you damn well know better that you should be moving on from it, whether it's a person, a place, a thing, an idea, kind of a situation. So it could be a job, it could be just an idea, a hobby, a goal, it could be a person, a relationship. It's like you damn well know that you are tired, you are dragged, you are uninspired with it. It's like you need to go, but your mind hasn't completely shifted out of that yet. It's kind of that sense of, like, say you were married for years and then you got a divorce. You're gonna, in your head, still feel like you're married or still be in like a committed relationship mindset. So sometimes like people who are newly divorced and they start dating again, they're not good at the casual dating scene because they're like, listen, it's been years since I've been in that mind frame. All I know is like commitment and moving in and doing dishes, like, and I'm not trying to like gender stereotype or any kind of crap like that, but you get what I mean. It's like the mindset, maybe you don't feel single or you don't feel unemployed or you don't feel like you're employed in a different sector now, or it's hard to take off one hat and put on a new hat. And that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting here. But there's definitely completion. So I don't know. And I'm like, full disclosure over here. I keep pausing because I keep burping. And sometimes that happens. I mean, it's not the Thai tea. Thai tea doesn't have bubbles. It doesn't make me burp. Sometimes, like, whenever I'm doing, like, the channely thing, it starts, like, getting, like, almost reflexy. Pile number one, my dog has to shit. Do you have to shit? Squirm it. You make me feel so fucking desperate for some peace in my house. Okay, hold up. Get out of my house. Alright. Please do your business. Alright. Okay. This full clown rodeo you got going on here. This, not you, this. Sorry about it. But again, there's this sense of completion here related to this person. So it almost looks like you could have told this person we're breaking up, it's over, or I put in my 2 weeks notice, or I have to remove myself from this situation. So it could have been you that said it, or shockingly, it could have been the other person that said that to you, where it's like they were the one that was more like, say, in the wrong in terms of their behavior was a bit more unhealthy or harmful than yours towards them. But they're like, oh, well, if you're going to ask me where I've been and if you're going to give me the nth degree, then like, I'm not going to mess with you then. And it's like, okay, so you're going to try and take the power and come at me with your, like, that's tired. First of all, that's tired. So hopefully, whatever. But still, this does feel like a breakup energy or a changing energy. You're shifting from something else. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So if there hasn't been a leaving or a breakup, an ending, this is saying you need to free yourself. We've got this uninspired energy, and this is like, free yourself from this feeling like your mood or your happiness is dependent on somebody else or some other type of outcome. Like you're putting your power in somebody else's court, which is totally cutting out your control, because you can't control anybody else. So if you're giving all your power away to them or all your happiness over to them or this situation, my life, my zest, my inspiration, I'm putting all my eggs in the basket of my job or in the basket of this boy or something like that, hey, disempowering naturally. And this is saying, free yourself, time to reclaim you, reclaim it all. And then over here, underneath the world, let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. So again, this is an ending, this is a completion. And sometimes endings and completions and closing out a chapter to reopen another one, that's difficult stuff. It's big stuff. This is a major arcana, like, it's big stuff. Allow people to help you through this portal, so to speak, because it's a circle, it looks like a portal. But allow them to come in and help you. This is suggesting that you do have resources and supportive people around you. So they're there, and it's appropriate for you to call on them. Swords, swords, swords. You got the 6, you got the 9, you got the 7. This whole bottom row is nothing but swords. All that mental energy. Mine just circling on you, circling on you, circling on you. And then up here, 2 wands. This lady, she's not wands, but I mean, look what she's holding. These look like wands, both of these, So this all looks like a row of wands, and this all looks like a bunch of swords. Wands are all about that zest and that, feeling alive and the passion and things like that. So for this to be like reversed and closed out, I mean, it's a very consistent vibe in pile number 1. So I think y'all know exactly what situation I'm talking about. I think y'all know. So this is something where it's really, you're just having to get your mind to get up to speed with reality, is what it is. Get your mind up to speed with reality, close out the toxicity or the harmful things, because it's dragging you down and it's not helping you. it's not serving you. Know, recognize when something is bad for you and be willing to get out of there. Okay. That was shots fired on shots fired on pile number 1. Shots fired on pile number 1. Okay. So let's get all of our cards cleaned up. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. All right. Let's see here. Pile number 2. What says you? Okay. Crowning the reading, we have 3 of Cups in the upright. Second tier, we have Ace of Pentacles in reverse. 4 of Cups in reverse. Then we have third tier, we have the Judgment card upright. The 5 of Wands upright. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And our 2 romance angels, we have Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So, very curious, first of all, sometimes because these are general readings, you're going to have cards that conflict each other. So it's like the Passion card could be some of y'all. That's some of your storylines. Only the Passion card, not this. Then other ones of you, only the Unrequited love card applies to you. The Passion card, you're like, no passion. This is saying passion's dead. So it could be like that separately. I just wanted to go ahead and put out that disclaimer. But there could be a little patch of y'all in pile number 2. Y'all are torn in between 2 different things. You are of 2 minds, or somebody that you're dealing with is torn between 2 different things. So you might find yourself, perhaps just an example, I'm over here in kind of a loveless situation. The fire burned out years ago. It's been over years ago, and I got my eye on a new thing. I've been having some eye sips. Taking some eye sips of some sweet candy, a little snack, but perhaps I'm in something, like currently committed in something that's a little dead. So, possibly that could be you in that third category. Category 1, category 2, category 3. You or someone that you're dealing with. Now, the reason why I bring up that third category of it possibly being both is because crowning the reading, if this were a love spread, for example, and if it's not, don't worry, we'll get to other stuff. If this was a love spread, this 3 of Cups energy sometimes can stand for 3's a crowd, if you get my drift, a little bit of a third party situation. So again, like I'm supposed to be committed to you, but I have interest in that person. So there's 3 of us here. It's my committed partner and my sideline hoe. Like, yeah, sometimes that can be. So whether somebody else that you're involved with is involved in a third party and y'all are fighting about that, it's me or her, it's me or him, pick, like, I can't believe you do me this way, yada, yada, yada. All the kind of stuff that comes up with cheateroo type energy. No judgment, by the way. People have to live life. And what I mean by that is everybody's got their own journey. They're on their own journeys. Who am I to say what is correct for anybody's life? Handle it, figure it out. Your own business. I'm just saying what cards could say. Because this energy, obviously, they're fighting. They're upset. They mad about it. The doves are over here being like, bitch, calm down. I said calm down. Don't make me poop on you. Like, they're trying to get this to simmer down. Simmer down now. Simmer down. But these people are like, I'm not simmering down. I'm a little bit agitated. I'm a little worked up about it. We're a little bit passionate. We're throwing out some hard-hitting words on purpose. Perhaps trying to cut below the belt on purpose. Like this is that kind of energy of, if you're going to sling shots at me, I'm a sling, my clap back's going to be strong. That's all I'm saying. And it's right under this third party energy card. So just saying that could be an issue with the passion here, and yet this dying love over here. New love, passion growing, dying over here. Now, what I will say, if this is, because honestly, this does lean a bit more romantic because of these two. But, all right, let's go this way. This passion, okay? So this side of the reading is going to speak more to whatever this passionate venture is. So if you want this to be a love reading, then read the passion through the love lens. If you don't want this to be a love reading, then see how this, what I'm saying, can be made platonic. Whatever it is that you're passionate about. People, places, things, ideas, concepts, okay? Whatever it is that you have this passion for. Something about it is making it where it's not really working out in terms of like, you don't know how this could come together. So it could be more of like we're kind of crushing over each other over the internet, and it's more of a daydream than it is a reality, because it's like I got the feels, or I'm passionate about this idea, but I'm passionate about this hobby, but I don't have enough money, enough capital to invest into it for it to become anything. So I don't have enough money to get this off the ground, to get my hobby off the ground. Passion type thing is like, listen, I'm really into this person, but we live states apart, and nobody's going to be able to move to the other person's place of residence. So this can't ever be anything but some kind of internet romance, long distance relationship type thing. So it's just not going to come together that way. Or we can't move in together because of money issues. Somebody can't let go of a house or whatever. You know what I mean? There's some kind of complication that's like a physical complication, money, distance, time, ability that's coming in here that's making this not get off the ground, or making this something that could feel impossible. That could also speak to an unrequited love, like not about the not enough chemistry, but you hear about like Romeo and Juliet, unrequited love. Oh, we loved each other so much with our fucking 14-year-old asses that if I can't have you, I'm gonna kill myself. I know you're not supposed to be saying that in front of YouTube. My sister tells me all the time. She tells me all the time. So it could be something like that, where it's like, outpouring, but it's not meant to be. Like, it's something that I really am dreaming of, or I really want, but it's not meant to be. With the Judgment over here, though, if I'm going to be confusing and make this a little juicy for you, the Judgment card gives a sense of it's like it's calling to you. Whatever this passionate new deal is, not this, not this, this is the new deal. This is kind of the old, tired something, and we'll talk about that in a second. But whatever this new deal is, it's like it's just calling you. It's like, I'm having dreams about it at night. I'm thinking about it a lot during the day. I'm daydreaming about this a lot. It just feels like a calling that I'm being asked to step up to the plate with. So again, a person, a job, a hobby, whatever this calling is, but it feels like it's a calling. It's some kind of internal rumbling that's big. It's not just like, he cute. No, it's like, oh my gosh, like I cannot I'm preoccupied by this. So the Judgment card here it really feels like it's calling out to you. So even though things don't look like it's coming together, there's something in this that's calling you closer to yourself. Sometimes when we find ourselves in passionate situations where it's like it's not coming together, this calling is what forces us to overcome obstacles and really level up our game to clinch what it is that we want. So this can be like what was that Will Smith movie, like the Happiness movie, and they spelled the word happiness wrong intentionally? The Pursuit of Happiness or something like that. Like that movie is kind of what I'm thinking of, where it's like the whole movie long, he's like on this grind, scrimping and saving. And I mean, like if he didn't finish the orange juice at breakfast, he poured it back into the pitcher so he could drink more later, because we cannot waste a drop because we are that tight. You know what I mean? And it's like, but he still hustle, grind, and he pulled it off in the end. The very end, he pulled it off. And so it kind of feels like overcoming adversity type of a thing. Also, if this is like a second chance for romance type situation, a second chance or a second chance at a job or something like that, this is kind of like that. Here's your second chance. Here's your time to reconcile, you know? So that energy is going on over here. So again, I've talked this to death. Let's move on over here. Over here, this unrequited love, we have a lot of womp womp going on over here, because right here in this, like, ooh, love lost, not, there's no chemistry, there's no attraction. I've fallen out of love with this person, place, thing, idea, concept. You got it. I've fallen out of love with this. And, you know, I mean, look, arms crossed. I don't want the cup, you know. And even in the reverse, there's a sense of this, should I take what's in this cup? Should I? This is also something that, like, perhaps had been really slow for a while. This is the slowest horsey in the tarot deck. Yes, it's in the reverse, but this is like, it's really slow, but it's consistently plodding along. Just because it's slow don't mean it won't finish the race. In the reverse, it's more like the horse fucking died. Like, it's not even moving. Dead stop, you know? And so this is like, I fell out of love with this. Like, I'm not putting any more energy into this. I'm not investing any more energy into this. I don't know if that's because this could be like, you know, you're trying to bring me this pinnacle. Is this like, oh, I'm sorry I cheated on you? And you're like, too little, too late, you bastard. Like, too little, too late. You know, it could easily be something like that. But this is like, should I take the cup or should I not? Because there is kind of an emotional cling that's happening over here. As much as it's like we're fighting and I've fallen out of love with this concept because it is a pain in the ass, as much as I've kind of gotten over it and I'm not investing, like I'm not physically investing my time, my energy, things like that, it's like, but you can't change the way your heart feels overnight. The heart wants what the heart wants. And you can't quite change it overnight. So there's two separate worlds going on here in pile 2. Two separate worlds. And you might find yourself toggling between these two worlds, or you might find yourself really resonating with this side and not so much that side, or vice versa. Don't know how this is exactly fitting for anybody watching this. That's what the comment section is for, because I want to know, because guess what? I'd be nosy. I'm nosy. I'm also confidential. Share with your bitch. Share. Right? Square Mint from her taking a dump. I suppose she is done. She's out there barking, causing havoc. So unless I want the neighbors to hate me, let me go get the dog. Y'all better pray for her. Hey. I see you too. Oh no. Come in here and calm yourself. Yeah, you please calm yourself too. Y'all not realize I'm in the middle of a venture here? I'm in the middle of trying to do something, okay? Content is trying to be created. Okay. Connection to God restored. Right. Let me also, here's a little prayer to myself. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Woo! No cocaine in that. It's just Thai tea. Okay. Pile number 3. Y'all have waited patiently, unless you use the timestamp in the description. Pile number 3. Let's dig in. The other 2 piles have had the realness. It hasn't been like heavy or bad, but they've had the realness. Let's see what you got. Pile number 3. Oh, hell. Y'all starting out with the Justice card. Upright, though. Good. Crowning the reading. The Justice crowning the reading. Second tier, Queen of Swords. Right next to the Justice energy. That's some powerful oomph right there. We're already starting. So over here we have the Sun in reverse. That's never a bad card, though. So even in the reverse, this is still a positive card. Third tier, we have the Death card. Whoa. Oh my gosh. The middle. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm freaking out. The middle, we have Justice underneath Justice. Both upright. Pile number 3. Pile number 3. Oh my God, I'm going to get excited about this pile. And then we have the Page of Wands in reverse over here in this other corner. So our romance angels. We have wedding, which keeps coming up for a lot of y'all, man. It keeps coming up. I gotta say, wedding. This situation involves marriage as well as keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Just saying. All right. Let's dig into this, shall we? This feels like the tea is piping hot right here. I mean, you got the kettle in there going, oh, woo, woo. Like this is something. This is fun. Okay. I wouldn't say bad. I'm just saying interesting. Pile 3, I want to know what y'all got going on in your lives. Okay, you got big stuff going on. First of all, 4 major arcanas out of the 6 tarot cards here. 4 of them are majors. Like, whoa, okay? Just whoa. Just putting that out there. So, normally I read like in lines like this, but this middle line is redundant. It is making a point. Justice. You got the Trippy Tarot, Trippin' Weight Tarot, and the regular Rider-Waite Tarot. Look at those. See the difference in the cards, obviously. Look at that. Oh, she out there, man. She talking. So, this to me, I don't know what you're... Okay, first of all, let's start here. Literally speaking, just very literally speaking, the Justice card obviously is a card of legal matters. So, if you have anything legal going on, if you have like a court case that you might be like in active litigation, you might be considering going to court, like filing for some form of litigation. You may be on the other side of litigation closing, like we just wrapped up with court. You might even be having some kind of an affiliation with attorneys, judges, the court system. Like, you know, your spouse could be an attorney, you could be an attorney, you know, dealing somehow with the law. Like the law is here. And sometimes the Queen of Swords herself can embody an attorney type energy or doctor or, you know, like someone of like, kind of like prestige like that. So if you have any kind of legal stuff going on, this is a very, very, very good omen that your legal stuff is going to end in the result that you want. Your side will win. If this is just like, you know, you're just trying to find some kind of a projection from tarot, boom, there it is. But if that's not the case, if that's not a legal thing, this can also signify, you've got wedding here. This could signify a divorce. Hate to say it, but it can signify a divorce. If it does signify a divorce, it looks like you're the one who filed. You're the one who filed for divorce. Because I have the Death card here. The Death card can a lot of the time mean a breakup card. And the Death card is right beside the wedding card. So death to the marriage. Like in a very literal sense. Death to the marriage. Boom. Legally, I cut it out. You know, here you got the Queen of Swords. I cut that shit out of my life. I'm over it. I am done. Chapter closed. Like very, very much could be a divorce, but a divorce that you wanted, that you the one that pushed it. So here we go. Just let's start into it. Justice herself is a Libra energy. Don't know if you're dealing with a Libra. I also have the Queen of Swords here, who is an air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So more Libra energy coming from her, but also Gemini and Aquarius. We have Leo sitting pretty over here. We have Scorpio hanging tight in this corner. And we have a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, hanging out over here. So I don't know if you are dealing with Libra, Leo, Scorpio, air signs, or fire signs. That's a lot of people on the table. But the one thing that I don't see a whole lot of is earth energy. Don't see any earth cards in here at all. So grounding is not something that's really on the docket. Docket logic. That's so fucking tired. Okay. Oh man. But yeah, so for this to be the middle of the spread, y'all have to know what this is. Y'all have to know what it is for yourself. If this is not some legal thing or a divorce or something like that, then what this is really just calling for is balance. You really need some balance in your life, or you have been really working hard to reestablish balance in your life. Both of these cards, you see the scale, you see the Libra scale here. So it's making sure nobody's giving or taking too much. It's got to be fair. It has to be equal. It has to be balanced. And so I don't know if that's what you really need, or if you have really been doing a good job. I venture to say you've been doing a good job with that, because both of these are in the upright. But that just blows my mind that like they came out together. I just think that's too fun. Okay, so if I'm moving over here, the Queen of Swords, she is very clear-minded. I know what I want. I know exactly what's going on here. You're not going to play some mind games on me or trip me up. I see it. I'm very mentally clear. And honestly, she can come across a little bit cold, because she's like, no, this is the boundary. This is the boundary. I'm cutting out any bullshit that does not fit in the parameters of my boundary. My boundaries are clear. This is who I am. This is what is acceptable towards me. And if you don't come correct, you're out. You're out. Period. And those clearly defined boundaries, death card, the death card is all about a clean slate, new. So you have somebody that's like, listen, I'm retaking the power back in my life. I'm regaining my power. I'm regaining my footing. I'm resetting what was really out of balance and wonky. You're not going to have me out of balance anymore. Perhaps this fire sign is whether it's a person or, like a boss, a spouse, even a child, because this can be a child, but child. We'll get into that. I'm jumping ahead. But this is cutting it out. I'm cutting out all the bullshit so that I can start over on a fresh footing that feels more, let's say, healthy for you and your life. So moving over here on this side, we do see children popping up. You have the child riding on the white horse. By the way, this is a white horse. I know this horse is blue, but in the typical Rider-Waite tarot, this horse is also white. So these are both like two white horses, flags, riding in the white horsey with the flag, new, fresh, completely. White stands for brand new. It is not tarnished. It is not blemished. It is brand new energy here. So this is new start type energy, new start. This is a fire energy and this is a fire energy. So you're seeing fire over here on this side pretty hard, but you got a lot of swords. A lot of swords going on right here in the middle. So there's a lot of excising, cutting out, a lot of cutting out happening to do this restart. Force restart. It's like the blue screen of death on your computer where you're like, restart. So over here, it's like, nope, again, we've taken control of our lives. We've taken our power back. We're resetting the power differential. We're making this a level playing field where it is equal. Could involve children, because we have children here. We have children. This card sometimes can be a child. So this issue, especially if it's a divorce, could involve children. So I don't know if there's any kind of like custody battle type situation or anything like that. Hopefully there's nothing like that heavy, because that's obviously very difficult. But the Sun card is not a bad card, even in reverse. What this means is basically there are still some things that have not come to light yet, that haven't been exposed yet, that maybe perhaps a few more light bulb moments will be coming to you. So there could be something like that where it's like, I haven't quite had this eureka moment about something. It's right over keep an open mind. So whether this says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So if you're in a kind of a love interested space or romantic interested space, then consider that your soulmate, you might be used to dating a certain type, and you like toxic, 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 toxic. Quit doing that. Get somebody completely different. You know what I mean? But it might not, that might be your eureka moment that like, oh God, the pattern. Like now I'm getting it. Or it doesn't have to be romantic. This could just be keep an open mind, because just in general, you might be boxing yourself up in a small box, when the eureka moment is you don't have to live in here. You can actually be someone who occupies a much wider range space, something that's bigger or larger than you're even thinking. You're not thinking big enough. You're thinking too small. Too small, too specific. So it's like, nope, broaden your horizons a little bit. Broaden them up, broaden them. But the Sun card can also be kind of like that. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. You might not be feeling like live wired enough to shout that from the rooftops, which is, what is this? Who cares? You might not be live wired enough to shout it from the rooftops, everything's fine, I'm the winner, it's my own life. No, but there might be that kind of general sense of like, everything's going to be all right. I think I can do this. I've got it handled. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, Mama got this. It's going to be okay. So there's kind of that like relief, or, just a contentment or a peace. An internal contentment and internal peace, where it's like, I'm gonna be all right. I've set myself up. I've put in the groundwork to put myself in a good place, and I'm gonna lean into that. I'm gonna allow myself to lean into that. But keeping an open mind, keeping an open mind. This to me again. Don't pigeonhole yourself into something when you can be of the world. So going down like this, like I said, this could be dealing with children, some kind of balance setting that's dealing with children. But when I see this Page of Wands in the reverse, this indicates, again, could be childlike energy, youthful energy, but it can also be somebody, a boss, a partner, a child, somebody who's acting a bit immaturely, or underdeveloped, or naive, or just inexperienced. This is like a card of like, it's just inexperience. And it sometimes this person can be someone who runs their mouth a little bit too much about things that they don't know about, whether it's benign and they didn't mean any harm by it, or actually they're just being little jackholes. Because it's like, quit talking about shit you don't know nothing about. Like you're trying to be relevant, or you're trying to sound smart or to sound knowledgeable, but everybody in the room that has been there, done that, can tell that you have not. They can tell that you don't get it. You don't get it, And so this could perhaps be the person that you've cut out. And this energy of setting boundaries and cutting out bullshit that doesn't serve you is right over the wedding card. And the wedding card, again, talks about marriage. So obviously a husband, a wife, but it can also be a fiance. It could also just be a long-term relationship. It can be a long-term family relationship, familial relationship, mom, dad, mom, dad, brother, sister. It could be a boss of a job that you've worked in like far too long and maybe you're like leaving your job and starting over fresh. I'm cutting out the bullshit there. I'm starting a completely different career path, something else, like just new. And but this could also be the person that you're dealing with, where it's like, you don't get it. You're never gonna get it. You are lagging behind where I am. I'm a queen. You are a mere page. You're not on my level, yo. Hello. So you will continue to think you know it all. You will continue to possibly run your mouth. You will continue to be that kind of pop off at the mouth live wire person that's just disconnected from the experience of people who get it and who've been there, done that, and know. So to me, you see this energy clearly of setting boundaries, recalibrating, setting the scales back to something that's a lot more healthy, and this boundary setting that's causing a sigh of relief. It's restoring safety and balance and prosperity. It's giving you a new lease on life, and it's allowing you to move into a new space where, as long as you keep an open mind and you don't let yourself get all full of baggage, keep an open mind, you're going to be going into places that just feel so much better for you, way better fit than where you've come from. Pile number 3, that's a mouthful. But that's what I see for you. Just saying. Just putting that out there. Let me know in the comment section if that resonated or not, or how it resonated. I'm just curious. I'm curious about these things. So, peoples. Peoples. Give me your feedback. I need to know. I love to know how these things fit, if they didn't fit, all this kind of stuff. When y'all tell me how stuff fits you, it's like it helps me also understand all the different ways that the cards are working, because like these things are fairly limitless. Like I can look at a card and I can tell you 5 different meanings of a card, but it's like when y'all start talking about like your personal experiences, it's like it helps me grow as a reader too, because I'm sitting here, I'm like having these light bulb moments of like, yes, that's more depth and more like realness that this card means. And it's like, so it's teaching me to be a better reader, through the experience of reading for y'all in all these various situations. Because I read for myself and my family, but just my little pocket of the world, there's some situations I just don't deal with, I don't come into contact with. And so with this widespread audience, it's like widespread being like, like 50 people, just like 50 people. But still, it's like, I have all these light bulb moments, and to me, I find that like really, really interesting and fulfilling and gratifying. So I'm just putting that out there. That's why I ask. That's why I like to do it. Also, engagement, hey, engagement never hurts the algorithm. But I mean, we're friends. Sitting here like, oh my God, I love y'all. And I actually do. Y'all can visualize that when you see like all my hearts and stuff. I'm like, oh, I love you. Like, I get so excited about y'all. So anyway. Okay, so today's video was a bit more low-key than some of the other ones, and that's okay. It's okay. Every now and then, everybody needs a break from too much. Okay, but thank y'all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate y'all's time. And don't know what my next video is going to be, but if y'all have any feedback about what another video should be, the next videos, or what y'all want to see, let me know. I know sometimes y'all give me suggestions that are more like B's forte, and then I get stuck in my comfort zone where I'm like, oh God, am I ready to do that? Like cold cases, like the true crime type stuff. I'm like, oh God, I don't know if there's a part of me that doesn't know if I feel like I'm capable of doing tarot like that. I do more like therapeutic tarot, or like spilling the tea on some relationship reads. That's my comfort zone. But, I've been branching out into some other stuff. Well, we'll see. We'll see. This is an experiment of a channel. Y'all are here to experiment with me. Y'all are here to make me better. Maybe I'll practice some of this like true crime stuff like behind the scenes. And if I start feeling okay about some of these things, maybe I'll just toss in a few videos here or there, see how I feel about it, just go with the experiment. See. So Thank y'all for hanging out. I really do appreciate y'all. I mean, I should. I come on here and I show my ass, but I mean that. I mean it. All right. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.